I saw the original Jurassic Park when I was 11 years old, and it changed my brain chemistry forever. Now I'm 43, and the dinosaurs apparently changed theirs too. Because Jurassic World Rebirth is something else. Welcome to Atomic Cult Media, I'm Wes, and today we're dissecting a film where science goes rogue and logic goes extinct. In Jurassic Park Rebirth, 5 years after Dominion, Earth's environment is too hostile for most dinosaurs, except in a remote tropical zone where they thrive like retired boomers in Florida. Scarlett Johansson plays Zora Bennett, a covert ops expert hired by shady big pharma to harvest dino DNA on a forbidden island for a miracle drug. She's joined by Duncan Kincaid, Dr. Henry Loomis, and the rest of the expendable squad. Their mission? Hunt down 3 prehistoric apex creatures and survive long enough to get paid or eaten. Oh, and there's a civilian family shipwrecked there too, just to add some emotional bait, I guess. The real threat? Mutant experiments abandoned by InGen, including the Distortus Rex, a 6-limbed abomination that looks like a T-Rex fused with an H.R. Giger fever dream. Scarlett Johansson plays Zora Bennett. She's cool, she's competent, and she's trying her best to survive the terrible dialogue. Mahershala Ali plays Duncan Kincaid, the team leader with Gravatus and a death wish. Jonathan Bailey plays Dr. Loomis. Wonder where I've heard that name before. A paleontologist with the charisma of a wet sponge. Where's Alan Grant when you need him? Rupert Friend as Martin Krebs, the pharma bro with a punchable face. And Luna Blythe and David Iacono as teen survivors and love interest. As I said before, I did watch Jurassic Park in the summer of 1993 when I was 11, and I loved it. And I still find it to be one of the greatest films of all time. And it's been a while since I've seen the part 2 and 3, but I found them to be okay. I mean, they're not offensively bad, but they don't hold a candle to the original. I don't think any sequel ever will. As for the first Jurassic World, I found it to be entertaining, dumb, popcorn flair, but we finally got to see dinosaurs wreak havoc on a park. And I didn't even bother with the sequels to World. None of them really seemed appealing to me with the direction they were going. And honestly, I can barely stand Chris Pratt anymore. I can't. But my interest peaked when I heard about this being made. First off, Gareth Edwards is directing. I think he did okay with the first Godzilla, and Rogue One is probably one of the better Disney Star Wars movies. And David Koepp is writing from the original Jurassic Park. And from the rumors from the movie dirt sheets, this was supposed to lean into the horror aspect of Jurassic Park, similar to the original book. And that promise was kept in that opening scene. I mean, he introduces the D-Rex, and the D-Rex doesn't come back until like the 3rd act. But the way Edwards shoots it, it feels like a horror movie. He knows how to shoot giant monsters, and it looks phenomenal. Some red mist, red light, smoke, hulking silhouettes, and a genuinely creepy creature reveal. He also does a pretty good job with some of the action scenes, or some of them are quite thrilling, like the raft scene in the movie that's similar to what was in the book. But that's where my positives kind of end, since visuals can't save a movie from pacing issues and dialogue that sounds like it was written by a snarky Twitter bot. And the horror tone in the opening never really seems to pay off in the rest of the film. Maybe the 3rd act. It's like a false promise, really. I was kind of surprised how uneven and boring this movie gets. I'll just start with the characters. There's a lot of hollow, sort of clinical dialogue between characters to kind of flesh them out a little bit, but it just falls flat. There doesn't seem to be any personality with these characters other than sarcasm, which leads me to the terrible dialogue. Now, I was worried when the first trailer came out due to all the snarky comments in it and comedy relief. And I'm like, maybe this trailer is just for the masses to get butts in seats, right? No, I mean, it's like that the entire movie. Who wants a Jurassic Park movie where everyone's the comic relief? I will give it to David Iacano. He's actually my favorite character in this movie and deserves to be the main comedy relief of the movie, but nothing really pays off there either. Which brings me to the story too. They're there to collect these 3 samples and get the fuck out. It's like they're trying to collect loot in a Far Cry side mission, which brings, you know, some of the pacing issues too. It's like you get an action scene and then you get these long dialogue sequences where they're trying to flesh out the characters, and it's just, it doesn't work. It just, like I said before, it feels clinical, like it's screenwriting 101. Like, this feels pretty rushed, and I think it probably was. And they start out with this opening with InGen, like they're experimenting on dinosaurs. It looks like the Ripley clone scene from Alien Resurrection. And then they open with the D-Rex killing somebody. They don't go into it at all. Like, why are they experimenting on these dinosaurs? Like, there's not even a clue to it. It's just overly predictable. You know who's gonna die, who's the red shirts, the corporate guy. What do you think he's gonna be at the end? You don't think he's gonna be dinosaur food? And it seems like they're just throwing a bunch of homages to the original Jurassic Park, like the raptor scene, the original in the kitchen, which it's not. Raptors barely show up in this. They have that one scene and they get just stomped out. It just seems to be repeating the same scenes, and it's been done better before. The D-Rex design, I don't hate it. It looks a little weird with the big bulbous forehead. I think it looks okay. It's different, but it does have like the Cloverfieldness to it, which I don't know if you remember in the 2000s. And especially, well, yeah, Gareth Edwards directed that Godzilla movie, and the monsters that Godzilla fights look like the Cloverfield monster. It's like, we can't get out of this mindset from when Cloverfield came out where every monster has to resemble the Cloverfield monster with these tiny arms like this and big arms like this. I don't really like the Cloverfield monster design anymore. It's been so overdone with so many of these large monster movies. But there are other aspects I kind of liked about the D-Rex. And apparently Spielberg helped David Koepp come up with the story. I'm like, what happened? And I will give some credit. They did use some animatronics for some of the close-ups of the dinosaurs, so special effects are not like a negative point here. But overall, I'd give Jurassic World Rebirth a 2.5 out of 5. I don't think it's terrible. It's just another completely average Jurassic Park sequel. I got my hopes up a little too high, I guess, with the people behind this, hoping that it might lean more into the horror of it, which it kind of does in a couple of scenes, but not really. It's clear that this was a rushed screenplay, because they can't sit on a billion-dollar franchise for an extra year. I mean, you got Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali. They do what they can with the writing, but it's not enough. I wouldn't say this is awful. I would just say it's very hollow and forgettable. I'm sure people who want to experience just a dumb popcorn blockbuster summer movie, they won't have a problem with this, and they'll probably get something out of it. Since there are some actual thrilling action set pieces and there is entertainment value in that, I think I'd rather just sit at home and watch the original Jurassic Park. Not unwatchable, just uninspired. But are you looking forward to Jurassic World Rebirth? Did you have your hopes up like I did? And if you saw it, let me know down in the comments what you thought of it. Also, before I get eaten by the algorithm, hit like, subscribe, and click the playlist below for other movie reviews. It feeds the YouTube algorithm god, so I don't have to feed you to a mutated dinosaur. And I'll see you later. Bye.